Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, and welcome to the summer of disinformation. People are going to take seeds of truth, they're going to distort it, and it's going to be done. Believe it or not, this is probably going to be the method that nuTSR, TSR3, uh, Doesn't Hobby Shop Museum proceeds in the coming months, coming weeks, now. Why do I say that? Because Justin himself was not able to handle the social media, right? What was Justin doing? He was doing sock accounts. He had sock puppets attacking people because he thought, oh, I'm going to harass people and that's going to make them back off. And that wasn't working. So now he has potentially smarter individuals, at least more learned individuals, his wife and his father, 70-year-old man fighting battles for a 50-year-old, which is striking, to say the least. But what's going to go on, what we're going to see, and we're starting to see right now, is disinformation. This is, oh, that's fake news. And how you do that is you discredit. So right now, it's the attempt to discredit me. Now, listen, have I fucked up in the past? Certainly. Will I fuck up in the future? Definitely. Do I bring receipts? Most assuredly. Do I know stuff about nuTSR and the individuals behind it that I have not publicly disclosed? Because although I am 99.9% sure of my information, I cannot give a receipt without maybe uh, blowing up my individuals that might be supplying me information. Sure, definitely. That's certainly part of the issue. So unless I can confirm it otherwise, I sit on it. But I know. And this coming week, we should have something pretty good. Because I have permission to release it. But here, William G, who joined the Facebook group shortly on Friday, and then thereafter left because he apparently decided that he was going to join this group on his own, maybe without Justin's knowledge, and he was going to change the hearts and minds. It didn't work. So, and this is something he shared on last night's Gamers Health, I did with Rach. This was a comment that he put up this morning. Eric, when I attempted to talk with you and your minions on Tenkar's Tavern, already, right? My minions. So he is basically insinuating that anybody that follows Tenkar, anybody that's part of the community that is inching up on 3,000 members on Facebook, 2,200 members on Discord, if you're part of that, you're a minion. You don't think, right? I'm surprised he didn't say lemmings. So he goes on. He starts talking. He starts talking that everybody that he met was drooling in their shoes, insane, right? So basically saying, no matter what they were saying to me, even if it could have been true, they were just too insane to take legitimately. All right. Go on from there. He says that the only way you can really know my son, and know his legacy, is to visit the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum and play games at those tables. Now, by the way, I don't live anywhere near Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, so that ain't happening. I'm not going to spend $1,000 to tell an old man, "Wow, you know what? Your son really is a douchebag." But I needed to meet him in person to find that out. I don't need to do that. Anybody who threatens somebody like Darlene on video, which you can still watch, it's still up on video on YouTube. When you threaten somebody like Darlene, get her involved in a legal suit that she has no intention of being a part of, because you can. It tells you a lot about your son, Mr. Gentry. But in any case, here's where, and I believe this is willful misstating of facts. I know you claimed you ordered one of their games and they just sent you a box of dirt and straw, but that was too ludicrous to believe. That's not even close to the way Justin operates. All right. Now, it was two different stories there, right? One, before Justin was taking orders on anything, he sent me a box of clay with straw from an anonymous service that allows you to do so. And I forwarded the information to the U.S. Postal Service IG. So, that was months before, through a third party, I ordered the Dungeon Crawl game because I need my card. Where else you get the Tenkar and Gibber? Come on. And Vince Florio's module. And again, to a third party, they haven't shipped. They haven't been received yet. Why would that be when there are supposedly stacks of this stuff that was going to be mailed out? Maybe Mr. Gentry can look into it. But he didn't mail me a box of fake shit and replace for something I actually ordered. No, this was a freebie after doxing me. So I believe, and this is my opinion, that Mr. Gentry mixed those two together on purpose. I could be wrong, but not quite. Because I know there's a hidden agenda and a catalyst behind your vitriol and spite against Justin. I don't know. It started when Justin threatened me with legal action and his work with the nuTSR, as you have labeled it. And I will enjoy watching the bitch karma bring it to light. When the bitch karma brings it to light, it's not going to hurt me. It's going to hurt Justin and those attached to him. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to such, right? So, but why am I saying that there's a pattern here? Let's Timothy Skanks. Timothy, feel free to say, "Oh my God, Tenkar mentioned me on his cast, and he's an evil woke libtard SJW son of a bitch." So I'm gonna tell you what was said here, what was said elsewhere, and what was actually said by me. In the conservative OSR and RPG group, by the way, just a heads up, if you're in that group and somehow you think you're in a secret OSR group that's conservative, half your members are on the other political spectrum. They're all sock puppets. Just telling you. If you haven't figured that part out yet, you will. Timothy Skanks. I recently repeated Eric Tenkar's description after hearing it from his own video. All right. About Satine being surrounded by a group of people who wouldn't let regular convention goers approach. Eric then accused me of lying and blocked me from his Facebook groups. And probably YouTube, too. I didn't block you from YouTube. You can feel free to watch this, dude. Here is the story. After I had to put Mr. Shanks on a timeout for being abusive of others in my group, Tenkar's Tavern, so his name is already in my mind. I get a PM the next morning from somebody going, this guy, Timothy Skanks, saying that you said that Satine Phoenix at Gary Khan wedding had bodyguards around her that were armed and holding people back. I went, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, it's on Jolly Blackburn's thread. I'm like, now here's the actual story. You can listen to me. I've told this story. I had seen Satine at a prior Gary Con, and I made the joke. By the way, this is how some other joke of mine got misheard and then was put into Kotaku as I called somebody a word. And my joke was they would trademark a certain offensive word. The joke was, and I'm not saying it's funny or not, that's stuff for me to decide, right? That's for the audience. That Satine, while at Gary Con, I was working the vending hall, I joked that she was surrounded by a circle of protection, 10-foot radius, protection from geeks and normal gamers because of the entourage that surrounded her. That was it. That was my joke. There was no bouncers involved. And it was a joke, okay? It was a description, certainly, but I was describing it as a joke. If you take that joke and you decide to go, oh, well, at the wedding, I wasn't even at the goddamn con, so I couldn't speak for the wedding. You're putting words in my mouth, but why are you doing that? Well, look, this guy, Michael Maraglia, Timothy Shanks. Oh, did I call you Skanks before? I apologize. I've just about had it with Tenkar's bullshit. You see? Because I am being taken out of context or my words are being twisted. At the core, you can look at it and go, wow, I see where it came from. But that's not what's being repeated. And yes, Timothy, you got blocked because you were popping up everywhere, throwing my name out there and misquoting me. And I'm sure there's an intent on it. So would I bet money that Timothy and nuTSR have some kind of connection? Yeah. I don't know how good a bet it is, but it's certainly possible. So is this going to be what we're going to see going on this year? Certainly. Definitely. This is it. By the way, if you consider yourself a Tenkar minion, God bless you. It's an unpaid job. But if I can get shirts made up for it cheap enough, I'll bring them to a convention. Maybe ShireCon. Maybe I can get some shirts. But I had to find a good graphic designer though to make the Tenkar's minions, and it have to be in what gamers large, right? What is that? Triple X? Because we know how most size of most gamers. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to take this topic and beat it to a dead horse type of position, but if you want to know what the nuTSR is going to try to do in their social media, it is no longer going to be tried to intimidate because that didn't work, right? And aggravate. It's going to be to redefine what the truth is. They're going to take words, they are going to twist them, and then say, this is what happened. So, 2 examples from today. Go figure that one out. Amazing. Amazing. Folks, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. It's been great. I certainly appreciate it. If you like what you see on this channel, and I probably should say this earlier on in the videos, subscribe, like, any of that stuff. I really do appreciate it. Other than that, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, roll them well. Yes, I know, I almost forgot. We're still in the midst of the world of COVID. I'm not your father. I'm not going to wipe your nose. I'm not going to wipe your ass. Use your common sense. Theoretically, you have it. All right? That's all. Thank you much.